super weird, but
Guys do that.
they do.
It's a big thing.
Yeah, guys do very weird. There's
I've
many
gotten a
guys
request,
that.
but I've never done it.
Okay.
It's really weird.
Yeah. Ava, is it Ava or Ava? How do you say your name?
Ava.
Ava.
Yes.
You said men should pay on the first date. Other things I can't think of off the top of my head. Oh, you wanted to mention that Desiree is crazy. Okay, well,
Yeah.
she's crazy. Yeah, you're right. You said men should pay on the first date. Why? Actually, wait. Before we have you do that, who should pay on the first date? Who do you think? Oh, you seemed pretty keen.
I don't know. I mean, I always come prepared to pay for my half.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if it's like a first date, I would expect to go 50-50. I don't, at this day and age, I don't expect the guy to like pay on the first date.
Okay. What about you?
I would say it depends on how it was asked, because like even if I invite a friend out to dinner, like let me take you out to dinner for your birthday or whatever, obviously I'm gonna pay for it.
Yeah.
Right.
So if the guy is like, let me take you out, then I would expect
Yeah.
it's
Then
his
yeah,
treat.
if it's like
let's,
that.
So let's dive into it a little bit. So you've been seeing a guy for 6 months. You've been seeing a guy for 8 months. Did you guys go out to get food?
Sometimes
We've gone like,
yeah, like
once.
fast food.
yeah, we've gone to like
In the
In-N-Out.
whole time?
I mean,
Oh
like,
man, you're the side chick.
oh no,
You're happy. She's happy with being the side chick.
I know.
You're a booty call then, right? I mean,
Yeah, I've.
Only got
it's whatever.
food one time with you. Okay. Hey,
No,
hey,
we've gone
shame.
like.
No shame.
I mean, like our first date, we went to the pier.
And got food.
No, we just hung out. It was like 12. We just hung out. That's
And
it.
then what about you? This guy you've been seeing for 6 months. How often have you eaten with him?
Probably like 4 times.
Damn, y'all are side chicks. Maybe not.
I think we're aware.
Yeah. Don't gotta tell
Well,
me twice.
I mean, because you see him 4 times a week, and you've been seeing him for 6.
not every week.
Well,
there
3 to
could be a
4.
week that I don't see him.
Sure.
But like average, sure.
But y'all don't eat, so you just basically come over and fuck, basically.
No. Like, what if we eat at home?
Oh, I mean that.
Does that count?
Sure.
Oh, wait.
Still,
no once.
still.
I don't know why. I
There you
said
go.
that.
Hey, I appreciate the honesty. Well, when you say eat at home, like you'll get takeout. That counts.
No, like cook. Like
okay,
cook
how often do y'all
food.
cook?
I
Cook.
don't know. Probably like. I don't know. Probably I don't.
Like one time? Come
No,
on.
more than once. Like.
Okay.
I've definitely cooked for him a few times at his place. He doesn't cook.
Yeah.
I've gotten a fucking cup of noodles.
Who should pay on the first date?
I changed my mind. I think women should always pay.
The whole thing?
Yes, every
Damn.
time.
Hot.
Is this one of
take.
your like sarcastic?
No.
Like, oh, let
Are
me
you
get-
just saying that to like rage bait?
No. I think it would be very feminist if women would always pay and women would simp and women would make the first move. I think that would change society and it would be very feminist for all of society.
That wouldn't be
Okay.
feminist
You
because
support
feminism is equality.
Yes.
Wait, is
That
it
part
though?
of feminism,
Yeah.
yes, I do.
Feminism is reaching for equality.
Is-
so
is
Yeah.
it though?
I would
Just
say,
triggered
yeah, it
something.
is.
Is
So
it?
I would say
yeah.
if you were going for it to
Is
be very
it?
feminist, I would say switch every time. He pays last
That's
time.
fair.
I'll pay
I
next time.
I promise the chat I will come back to the feminism is about equality thing, but for now we need to get through the notes and talk about the
Oh, you should-
who pays for stuff. So, did you answer the question, or you said well, you
Yeah.
think men should pay? Wait, but so question, you 4 are bisexual. Oh, should men pay for first dates?
I pay for first dates sometimes.
But should men pay for first dates?
No.
Okay, fine. All 4 of you are bisexual. Bigger deal if a man wants to split as compared to a woman wanting to split.
No.
It's a little different.
Because you're bi, right? Like
Yeah.
you date women. But so you say men should pay on first dates. So how do you work that out when you're dating a woman?
It's just like a societal gender role thing. Like it's just kind of the societal standard, I guess, of
Yeah.
our dating ritual. And I just think that it's like a signifier of, because if I'm going on a date with a man, like I'm looking for a relationship and for like I don't know, like something. I hesitate to say the word traditional, but like something, because I wouldn't go all the way there, but something leaning more towards
Well, what are you
that.
what are you looking for when you're dating a woman?
To be honest with you, I've never dated a woman before.
Oh, you're just
So-
attracted to
Yeah, it's more of like a like a
Fantasy?
sexual thing.
Have you been with a woman?
Yeah.
Oh. So you just like hit and quit it with the ladies?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like being bisexual, I feel like I can kind of, I mean, if I were to like meet a woman that I was like super into, yeah, I would pursue it, but I would prefer to just be with a guy,
Okay.
to be able to like have kids and stuff.
Sure. Fair. Okay. So I guess going back to this, since you're pretty much the only one at the table who holds this position, you say men should pay on the first date. Why?
I think it's just the chivalrous thing to do. It's a nice gesture. I mean, at the end of the day, like, yeah, I'm always also gonna like bring my wallet and be prepared to go 50-50, but I just think with our cultural standards set, like it's kind of what's expected, and it would show the woman that like, oh, this is like a guy that is more chivalrous and traditional.
Are you
can provide.
traditional?
I would say that I would want a relationship that's more geared towards that, yeah.
Well, I know so you're saying what you want, but are you traditional?
How would you define traditional?
Well, you use the word. So you said you want a guy to be chivalrous and traditional.
Yeah, like just taking the more feminine role in things, the more submissive, like supporting role.
And this applies to romantic relationships or society in general?
Romantic relationships.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you really disconnect the two, though?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean.
So, like, for example, I assume you want men and women to have equal opportunity when it comes to work. You want women to be paid the same as men, hopefully for the exact same work.
Yes.
Because that's how it used to be, equal pay for equal work. Now it's just equal pay.
Yeah, I don't think that it should just be equal pay. I think it should be equal pay for equal work,
Okay.
for sure.
But so, if women are getting equal pay, then why is there an expectation? Because this is a holdover from when women were not really entering the workforce.
Yeah.
And there's an expectation on men to be sole breadwinners and providers. That's no longer the case. That's been gone for a very long time.
That's why I say like somewhat traditional. Like I wouldn't go full out there because in today's society, like that's just not super realistic and attainable. In most households nowadays, most relationships, both partners are going to have a job to be able to afford to live a comfortable life.
Why do you think
the dynamics are going to be slightly different.
That is?
Yeah, I mean, unless you're like, why do I think that that both people have to work?
No, but so why do you think that it's now like you need two people to work to support a family? Why do you think that is?
I'm sure it's really complicated. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. Why do you think it is?
So I just want to preface this by saying I don't think it's wrong, but I mean the reason that it's the way it is because when you essentially double the labor pool, it cheapens the cost of labor. If you double the labor pool, and that's effectively what we did when there's this massive, again, not saying it's wrong, but when we say, hey, there's this massive push, feminist push, women should enter the workforce, they should disregard, at least in their 20s, pursuing family and children, wait until your late 20s, 30s, then you can have kids, and then still pursue a career, and then just pay somebody else child support to raise your kids instead of you raising your kids. Essentially, you double the workforce, double the labor pool, that's going to push wages down. And so when it used to be the case, one income could support a family because that's how it worked. But now there's double the labor pool essentially.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna argue with you on that just because I'm not educated or like feel like confident to be able to speak on that topic.
Well, yeah, that's
I feel
fine.
like it's
We're
more
not-
complicated, but I will say, I mean, I've seen statistics that show that like. And I mean, maybe it is because of that. I feel like there's probably a ton of different things that contribute to it. But yeah, I've seen statistics that show that just like the wage isn't keeping up with the cost of living. For some reason, we're having a cost of living crisis.
So I guess to bring it back to the men should pay for dates. Do you think that men should
First
pay?
dates.
Okay, sure. Do you think that men should pay for first dates for all women?
If it goes well, if it's a woman that they're wanting to pursue in a serious relationship, and I mean,
Ava's
it depends.
ex-boyfriend donated $200. Ava, you said you prefer boring guys. Was it boring when you hooked up and smoked crack with me 2 weeks ago? After we had been broken up for 2 months and begged for me to take you back? What?
Is that true?
Well, shit.
That's true?
I don't know what that is.
It says Ava's ex-boyfriend.
Are you?
My ex-boyfriend is
Confirm or
definitely
deny?
not watching this.
Confirm or deny, did you smoke crack, what was it, 2 weeks ago?
No, deny.
All right.
Have you
Okay.
ever smoked crack?
I have twice in my life. Yes, yes,
It's a good question.
but not.
You're welcome.
Anytime recently.
All right. So you were saying, I asked you, should men pay for dates for all women? I think
I
that's
mean,
what
it depends on what type of woman it is, and
Well, do you think all women are deserving of having a first date paid for them?
no.
Oh, okay. Well, there's not much for me to argue with on then, because my
Yeah,
position.
I mean, if some chick is like, she's totally rude on the date, and like, yeah, why would you?
What do you think about if she's like speaking to other guys? Should
Yeah,
we still-
if it doesn't go well, if it's not what you're looking for, then
Yeah. So I mean, I think as a general practice, if as a man you want the high success rate, you should pay for the first date. But I actually don't think, honestly, probably most women aren't deserving of chivalrous treatment. You should be respectful, but chivalrous treatment goes beyond just respect.
Yeah.
It says, my time is more valuable than your time. You need to pay for it. If you don't pay for it, there won't be a second date. A lot of women make this argument of, well, if he doesn't pay for the date, there won't be a second date.
Bricks and Mrs. Doc Venabili donated $200. Refractory periods of a few minutes are purely anecdotal. Looked it up. Since men never brag about their prowess, we should believe them all when on crack coke. I manifest Hawktuous every 5 minutes.
Yeah, even when I was I've never played this.
But for now, this wild buck has to roam free, or he will die.
Even when I was a young buck, young stud, 5 minute, it was not fun.
It's okay, Brian. It's okay. This is
I
a
wanted
safe
to ask
space.
you a question. So you think that there's a higher success rate for a man to stay with a woman if they pay on the first date? Is that what you were saying?
It's just the most optimum. Okay, if you look at dating, if you're looking at it using an analogy here, like chess, paying for the date in every instance is the optimum chess move. Because while it might not some women, it won't, if you split or whatever, won't have an impact, but there's enough women where it will, and you won't know until that check comes and you pull the move or whatever. The most optimum move is to just pay for the date. But if we're having a conversation of like about fairness and egalitarianism and like how many women are feminists and not ladylike, who are demanding chivalrous, gentlemanly treatment, then we can have a conversation about like what's fair, what do women deserve. And I don't think women deserve men to be chivalrous if they're not ladies. No offense to ladies, most women aren't ladies. And to be fair, there's not a lot of, I would say there's not a bunch of gentlemen out there either, but that's the current dating landscape, dating climate. Most women I don't think are deserving of chivalry because they themselves are not ladies or ladylike.
I was asking to that specifically because the past few first dates that I've had, I've offered to pay,
Yeah.
and they let me pay, and I'm wondering if that wasn't the optimal choice to make in that situation.
It feels
to continue to have other dates after that. Was that the wrong choice
Maybe
that I made?
it's because they think that you're not interested.
And that's what I was
so you pay.
saying.
Yeah.
Really?
I think it could be.
You think that they think I'm not interested and that's why I chose
Have
to
you
pay?
tried like speaking to them afterwards about your interest?
Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah.
Oh,
But
then maybe
Brian,
not.
that's exactly what I was saying
I'm
by
always very
like
straightforward with my interest.
guys taking the lead in some aspects, like paying on the first date. You know what I mean? Like him.
Do you think that was too masculine of me to do that? Or too straightforward?
You know what I mean? It seems like you're even second guessing yourself there.
I don't
You know
think
what
that
I mean?
would-
You said it yourself.
I
Because
don't
he
think
said that was
that
the optimal choice. That's why I was questioning.
I don't think that would make a guy turn away from you.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think. I mean,
It's-
some
yeah.
guys might welcome it. I don't think it's gonna, like, if you offer to pay, I don't think it's gonna like turn him off of wanting to pursue you or anything. So, and I mean, if a girl offers, it's kind of a nice gesture. I'll take her up on it. Why not? But no, I mean, now I'm just like I'm just gonna pay for everything. But I'm in the place. I'm like in a place to. So
What would you define as like ladylike? Or you're saying that you
sure.
think most women
Yeah, that's a
aren't
good
ladylike?
question. So, lack of promiscuity, both current and past. Not to say that some women can't be redeemed, but if she has a past of promiscuity, I think immediately. Now, she'll probably still want guys to pay for dates, and she can still get it. But again, if we're just having like a conversation here at a panel discussion about dating, I don't think that type of woman is deserving of a guy being traditional. She's not a traditional woman. She had the opportunity to be. She threw it out the window. She's not traditional. She's got a body count of 20, 30, 40, 50.
That's wild.
I don't think she's deserving of having a date paid for. You
Okay.
aren't
So-
you're not a traditional woman.
Yeah.
Also, if she's currently if she's dating other men, don't think she's deserving of you paying for a date. If she's sleeping with another guy, obviously, there's no scenario where if a girl is sleeping with another dude, now she might not tell you, right? But like if we're just looking at it bird's eye view, removed from the situation, if we know those are what's going on, if a girl's sleeping with another guy, there's no way that the guy, like if she's going on a date with another guy,
Yeah.
that he should pay for a date with her.
Yeah. That's
not
valid.
like how you gonna give a girl chivalry when like after the date that you so generously and gentlemanly pay for, she goes to the guy's house who she's fucking and fucks him.
Yeah, I'd say you shouldn't be dating if you're like if you go on a date with somebody. Or for me, I would hope it would be under the pretenses of like you're looking for a relationship.
A lot of people in the dating landscape are seeing multiple people, dating multiple people, sometimes sleeping with 1, 2, 3 other people.
Yeah.
And it's like, you want me to pay on a date, but you fucked a guy last night? Hold on, what are we talking about chivalry? Are we talking about ladylike
Yeah.
behavior? You
I'm
just
like I
fucked
wonder
a
how
guy yesterday, you want-
common that is. You know
It's pretty common.
how promiscuous.
It's pretty.
women
It's,
are
if
compared.
they're
to,
on a dating app,
Yeah.
probably got to go and
I mean,
assuming.
I guess on dating apps too, like people
Hold
put
on.
their intentions.
We got
you know,
two
of, like,
girls at this table who are single,
Yeah.
but have been in who are in friends with benefits situations 6 months, 8 months.
With one.
But they say they're single, right? No offense, ladies. But
Yeah.
you are involved. You're involved with the guys. Like you're not really
Yeah.
single.
I'd say that for in those situations, it's like, yeah, you just have to have a good picker on who you're going to go on a first date with. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, you could go on a date with some woman who's like a total liar and she's like, yes, like I'm not seeing anybody, whatever. And you could never really know. But I think that if you screen the right people and like you're not just going on dates with like random hoes and you're like, hey, what are your values? What are your like, do you engage in hookup culture? Like, what are you looking for? Whatever. If you go on a date with somebody like that
Okay.
is genuinely looking for a relationship
Sure.
and isn't doing that and is looking for like a more traditional thing, then yeah, you should absolutely manage to pay on the first date. But I will give you those caveats for sure. But I think it's up to those people who are going on the date to like do proper screening to like go on a date with somebody that does deserve it.
Sure. Nick, let's